now the latest thing among Democrats, particularly those who have a large platform, the Jessica Tarlovs, the View ladies, now they're trying to say it's not a mandate. You guys, I don't know. It really wasn't that big of a victory. This is the new talking point. First, you'll hear it from Joy Behar.
By the way, this idea that Trump won with some kind of mandate is not true. I mean, we have information there. He beat Kamala Harris by 1.6%. Joe Biden beat Trump by 4.5%, and nobody said it was a mandate. So get that out of your lips, out of your mouth. These people were saying it's a mandate. It's not a mandate. And another.
Don't tell me what to do, Joy. Don't tell me what to do.
Don't tell me what to have in my mouth.
It's the first Republican in 20 years to win the popular vote. He had 312 in the Electoral College. He flipped the Senate. He kept the House. It's a big deal. So don't tell me what to do, Joy.
And he increased in all, like a bunch of demographics that Democrats were not prepared for him to increase in.
Again, they can rationalize all they want, and they cannot look inward and not have any self-reflection. I'm there for it. The less they self-reflect, the more we win. So keep doing it, Joy.
Keep saying it.
Yeah.
And she's not the only one. Jessica Tarlov also trying to say, well, I mean, it really wasn't that bad of an election. Here she is.
And I'm not saying that there isn't a lot of work to do, because there absolutely is. For people who are talking about this as if we got completely decimated, the numbers don't bear that out. So Trump didn't cross 50% of the popular vote. So the majority of Americans didn't vote for him. And Senate Democrats performed really well. So people like Rubin Gallego, Tammy Baldwin, Jackie Rosen in Nevada, they ran 7-8 points ahead of Kamala Harris, which is what was predicted. And that does show that this normie coalition can exist. It was that Trump had a special sauce at the top of the ticket for a lot of people.
Isn't it true?
Just keep doing it. You know,
keep doing it, right? Because
then
can you read this? Can you read the caption on this old time cover?
Yeah, I remember when Bill Clinton won the 1992 election with a whopping 43% of the vote, and Time Magazine and the rest of the regime media said it was a mandate for change.
Huh?
Yeah. That was actually the first time I ever cried over an election, FYI.
Did you really?
Yeah, I was emotional over that. I remember it was weird because I wasn't even really political back then, but I remember in 92 feeling hopeless. And I was, I was a college kid.
Wow.
Yeah, that's when I knew I was conservative, because I just was like, I don't like this guy. I don't like him. He's smarmy. I don't like him. He's a philandering asshole. I don't like him. And so many young people around me were they were enamored by Bill Clinton.
Yeah.
And I just remember thinking, why? But why? And I didn't, and I was so upset by that election. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Again, there's other prominent Democrats. I hate to even call them that, because it sounds like I'm giving them legitimacy, and I don't intend to do that at all, particularly with someone as awful as Jennifer Rubin, who's one of the worst people ever. But to your point, you know how you like it when these people won't learn a lesson?
Yeah.
She is one of the people. So now she went on this diatribe in an interview where she was trying to say that the mistake that Democrats made was to not communicate to us lofos.
Oh my God.
We're so dumb. And Democrats just didn't do a good job at explaining their policies and terrifying us about how bad Republican policies are. This is what she thinks should be different the next time, and what should have happened this time around. It is ridiculous.
You can't talk broad themes. You have to boil it down to nuts and bolts, and you have to be pithy. What do I mean by pithy? How about this? Republicans want to kill your kids. It's actually true. If you're going to oppose vaccinations, if you're going to stop breakthrough medical research, if you're going to allow minors and all sorts of people to get semi-automatic weapons, which they use to shoot up schools, well, then you are responsible for kids' health and death, unfortunately. It has to be that simple and that direct, and it has to be over and over and over again.
What's wrong with her mouth? Is she okay? Does she have marbles in there? Is she storing nuts for the winter? What is she doing? What's happening with her?
God,
mouth?
she's so awful. And she calls herself a Republican still.
She's not a Republican. God, these people who do that, she does it for clicks. She does it so she can get on shows. She does it strictly to make money. Shame on her. She should never call herself a Republican. She is an awful, trash human being.
God, she is.
God, they want to
garbage.
You're the party of abortion. And you have the audacity to get on a show or whatever that was and say that we want to kill kids. Are you kidding me? There are 300,000 kids being trafficked right now that we're trying to save.
Mm-hmm.
But do go on, Jennifer.
Yes, please keep spouting that message. Please keep it up. Please.
Okay.
Sure, continued Republican victories for years to come.
Exactly.
With that attitude.
And keep talking down on people because that's precisely one of the main reasons that Trump just got elected.
When you think about your future, one of the things that you should be thinking about is your whole retirement plan, right? And one of the things that our good buddy, Zach Abraham from Bulwark Capital Management does to sort of ease people into how market changes are going to impact their financial portfolios is that he has these really cool webinars that are absolutely free. He does them on the regular. The next one is actually tomorrow, Thursday at 3:30 Pacific, which is 6:30 Eastern time. You can sign up for free. He's going to go over things like the election results and how that impacts your retirement portfolios. He's going to talk about the current state of the market and give an update, like a forecast for 2025. Lots of good information is going to be in there. You can sign up by calling 866-779-RISK, or you can go to just knowyourriskradio.com.
Services offered through Track Financial LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor. Investments involve risk and are not guaranteed. Past performance doesn't guarantee future results. Track 24244.
Yes.
Yes. Knowyourriskradio.com. Remember the guy, Professor Alan Lichtman, who people call Nostradamus of predicting elections?
And he, we go from marble mouth to he's got a hamster. He's got like a gaggle of hamsters on his head. I don't know what's going on here.
Well,
Is it real? Is that real?
I think it's real. Because why would you have that?
I don't
fake?
know.
You know what I mean? Like,
I've never been bald. I mean, my husband's bald. He would never ever do this. But maybe bald guys are desperate enough to put hamsters on their head. I don't know.
Well, he just refuses to accept how wrong he was, because obviously he had his 12 keys of predicting an election, and he was convinced that Kamala was going to win up until the very, very end. And so he was on the Piers Morgan show along with other panel guests who included Chunk Yogurt. And Chunk tries to basically say, dude, you effed up royally. And Alan will not hear it. And in fact, he does this like a whole bunch of times at Chunk Yogurt. In fact, there's even one point where he's got the two fingers. He's like this at him.
Like double.
And it is the best fight ever, you guys.
It really was beautiful. This whole thing was beautiful.
Check it out.
Don't blame the voters. I think, look, we could get into this discussion, but one, I think you're blaming the voters. I think that's a terrible idea. Look, I debated Professor Lichtman before. I told him his theories about the keys were absurd. I was right. He was wrong. I said he'd lose his keys.
No, you were
Couldn't
not
find
right,
him
and
before
I
the
was
election.
not wrong, and that's a cheap shot, and I won't stand for it.
Well, who won, brother?
You should not be taking cheap shots at me.
Who won?
You want to make your point,
live
make your
in
point.
a total
Don't make it
world of
personal.
denial.
I read your own followers' comments, and they all trashed you, every one of them, and supported me.
Yeah,
so
right,
it with
right.
your personal
yeah,
attacks.
come find out again.
Make whatever point you want.
Yeah.
Don't
Look,
make it personal.
You don't know anything.
Oh,
you don't know
You
anything.
attacked me
You
personally.
You're so deluded.
Oh, right. I've only been a professor for 51 years.
On this program, I've never been able to finish a thought.
How many books have you published? No, because you're personally attacking me again. Say whatever you want, but I'm not going to stand for personal
brother, you got it wrong. You were preposterously and stupidly wrong. So, okay, all right. Can I just finish a goddamn thought ever on this show?
No, not if you're personally. I admitted I was wrong. I don't need you to call me stupid.
Okay.
Can I just say, it's great to see you Democrats all getting along so well.
Who taught you manners?
It's lovely to see your post-election harmony as you all come together again.
Hey, Alan, you deserve a tall glass of shut-up juice, so can you just shut up for a second? and let someone who knows what they're doing.
You're so right, Pierre.
You're so right.
So
We're so unified right now.
you want. So I will not sit here and stand for personal attacks, for blasphemy against me. You don't need to do that. You don't
blasphemy against you. What the hell are you? Are you Jesus Christ? You loser. Okay, can I just give the correct answer for once?
Oh my God, that was like the View, but more feminine.